What's up, everybody? What's up? I bet you weren't expecting to hear from me again, at least not so soon. Not so soon, at least not in a context like this. This is the first edited joint, or the second edited joint we're doing in a while. No, technically the third, on my personal channel, personal channel, of which I do not use, or will not be using for content any further. But out of all the channels I run that has the most subscribers, it's a very small number. I had to throw together a small video just to let them know to come to RyderKickProductions, because that is where I will be posting any more public videos. All new content going on my personal channel is going to be either private or unlisted. I had to communicate that. So, thanks for showing back up. It's your boy. And I figured I'd make this special, because, I like the whole VTubing thing as common strider, but I also want to do things as myself, or rather, the persona outside of the persona, Ryder Red, a boy. But I have merged the Scrub Lord persona with common strider as a character, so it's going to become hard, and we're gonna have to wait until group activities between me and the other creators for me to not be common. June and early July have just been, or more like early July, just been wearing me out just with life. I take a lot of time off just to get these videos done, and they're not especially good, but I appreciate everyone who watches them and likes them and feels confident in me and them liking to share them. That being said, I got something special for you today. The first edition of Smash or Pass Warframe edition. We're doing letters of the alphabet, A through E. Without further ado, there's only going to be a few minutes, something light. Something, light and tasty. Something we're just going to get into. Let's start. So these are all the Warframes. I'm unsure of why they are not in alphabetical order. Could have sworn I saved them and uploaded them in alphabetical order. So we're just gonna go A's. Let's start with A-T R-S-T. Okay, let's go with Ash. Ash. I wish I had thought this out a bit more. Ash, I like Ash. I wish his abilities were a bit better. I wish that he had a better passive involving blades, or something that involves blades. I wish that I wish that a lot of Warframes just had multiple, or had better or even multiple passive effects. Ash, I really like his arm blades. I don't like that they only come out when he's doing his special, and you don't get to see him go ham, because he's kind of doing like he does a little, teleport instant assassination, Ender, and it looks a little cooler if you have shadow clones also deployed. I'm gonna go with Smash for Ash. Let's go. Next is Atlas. Atlas is big and beefy. Nice, big and beefy. He is the hand-to-hand frame. Before Baruch, he's the closest we had to the hand-to-hand frame. He's the original hand-to-hand frame. Not especially feeling some aspects of his design, like the fact that he has no neck, or rather that his trapezes is so big and so long that his neck has morphed into part of his trapezes, and his shoulders are too big and his forearms are too big, but not his upper biceps, really small upper biceps. It's just got a weird design to me, pass. Going on to the Bs. Let's take a look at what we got here. The Bs. We have Banshee and Baruch. Banshee is the sound frame, and to my knowledge, she is the only sound frame other than Octavia. And she was the original sound frame. In fact, you could say one of her deluxe skins, Suppressor, is kind of like, looks like it should be a skin for for Octavia. That's how unique it looks. You know, we're going to get into that a little later. I would go with pass. Baruch, the monk frame, the second-hand hand frame, unsure of why his signature weapon, not his exalted weapon, but his signature weapon is a sword and a shield, and not just gauntlets, being as he has an exalted weapon, and his exalted weapon is a spar type weapon. Sparring type weapons, the sparring weapon type in Warframe, or weapons that cover the hands and the feet and allow you to use hand-to-hand martial arts. So I would think that his exalted weapon should also be a sparring weapon, and something that could be used in conjunction with an exalted weapon, you know? In the same way that sometimes, or before a certain patch, activating the exalted blade on Excalibur, when you have a sword equipped, the sword kind of just takes on the aura of the exalted blade as you use the exalted blade of the sword simultaneously. But I'm pretty sure that was patched out a while ago. He's pass. You know, I really like him. That's B. Let's take care of C real quick. Caliban, one of the newer frames. I think he's the second newest frame. Yes. Caliban. Caliban or Caliban, pronunciation aside, is the Sentinel hybrid frame. He debuted in the New War, or the New War content update, as the Tenno's newest and best weapon against the Sentinels, even though they had the nerve to basically strip Sentinels' insane armor abilities for the New War, and it kind of makes me upset. But that's because it's like, hey, they have a strong armor stat against Tenno and Tenno weaponry, so it makes sense that non-Tenno and pseudo-Tenno can just harm it normally. They have a hard problem doing that because they're not as tough as a Tenno, being powered by void energy and whatnot. Caliban, I don't know, freaky design. Not a fan of the helmet, or rather, I'm not. I don't know. You want that big bulbous thing looking at you? No, pass. We don't have any D frames, not yet. We're gonna move over to Frost. Frost, I like Frost. He wears a coat. He's an ice frame. I'm pretty sure he like owns the ice, being the first and pretty much only fire elemental, you know? But I'm pretty sure the elemental frames are really special in that regard, and they're gonna not rush to add. I mean, we did get a hybrid frame in Nova, because her electromagnetism is literally electricity and magnetism. So she, even though her abilities manifest themselves in different ways, Nova is a mag volt fusion. And then we have a second magnetic frame in Gaia, but Gaia does like Tesla coils and different kinds of basically we don't have a lot of elemental hybrid frames. There's very few, and most of them belong to the hybrid element of electromagnetism. Very interesting, very interesting. Frost owns the ice though. He has a cool, I like his premium skin, but I got a little surprised at the end of the video. Right now, we're just gonna put him in pass. That's crazy. Wow, you guys really let me do Ember before Frost. Let me put Frost back. We'll get back to Frost. Right? Ember the chicken. Ember with the big mohawk and the really wide thighs, but they're not actually nearly as wide as they actually are. She is the fire elemental. She's been in a place where, because of the way her abilities work, she's both bad and good. You know, her rework was much needed, but taking away the rework means you ruined the bread and butter. You ruined her most optimal. You ruined a lot of her optimal combos, her most optimal ability combos, and then replaced it with something that can be really good, but not as good. So it was a nerf in the form of a buff. You know, if you watch Castle Super Beasts, bless their little hearts. They talked about it a few weeks ago. They talked about the concept of being nerfed with a buff, something that technically is supposed to make you better or keep you just as good, but take away something busted about a character or game mechanic. Going in Smash. Frost, go back to Frost. Frost going in pass. Y'all let me skip over C and not mention the boy here. Please do take pity on me. It's 2:15 and it's been a rough day. But I did want to save him for almost last, and we are almost done with this, primarily because Chroma is a elemental hybrid. He does element damage based on the colors of his based on his energy color and his emissive color. So it's really, so if you want to get double elemental damage on whatever you want him to do, you got to unlock that second energy color. Not sure if that's been patched. If you play Warframe, that shit's been patched. He no longer does double and or triple elemental damage based on, or additional double, triple elemental damage based on his energy and emissives. Please let me know. Chroma is a elemental dragon. He has a cool shell mechanic in which kind of, I think, inspired Sevagoth in a way, because it's the only other frame where part of the frame pops off and starts attacking as its own entity. It inspired the 2-in-1 mechanic used in Excalibur, Umbra, and then later Sevagoth. And I really like this 2-in-1 stuff, and I really hope they keep doing it. That's just me, you know. Chroma going in Smash just because it's one of my favorite frames. Excalibur, he's the poster boy. His design, along with Ash's, kind of looks like the Warframes are suits. A lot of design elements in the Warframes, in the basic Warframes, especially Excalibur and even Ash. He's considered a more advanced. He's definitely considered an advanced frame or an intermediate frame, but he's carrying over this design element from Excalibur, where, hey, Warframes are supposed to look like exo armors. They aren't. Mild spoilers. Not going to tell you what they are in reality, but they're supposed to look like suits. Because once upon a time, they were suits. Check the original pitch for Dark Sector. The original pitch, which came in the form of a small trailer / animated pilot, with Hayden Tenno doing some stuff with a prototype Excalibur, in which Excalibur, he was wearing Excalibur like a armor, like a power armor of sorts. Also, Black Lotus. So cool. And I will definitely put him in Smash. Wouldn't actually smash it. Wouldn't actually smash or get smashed by, but definitely going to appear. Okay. Equinox. Equinox is so cool in my favorite frames. Equinox is literally a 2-in-1 frame, but she's different from the other 2-in-1 frames because there is a masculine aspect, which is the sun mode or the day mode. There is a feminine aspect with more passive abilities and less offensive abilities, who is the night or moon form. And the hybrid form, which you rarely get to play as, you get to walk around and pose as the Equinox form, or the Eclipse form, or the hybrid form. You only get to walk around as them. If there's a trick to playing as them, someone needs to drop that in the comments. I've been playing Warframe for a long time, but if there's a way, I'm just not aware. So I'm going to put day. I'm gonna put night and day in past, but the Equinox's hybrid form, smashing hard. And that is the beginning of part 1. We aren't even saving this. I know you can come back and edit it, but we aren't gonna even do that. We aren't even gonna do that, homie. In fact, we are, because I'm gonna be able to edit it. Yes, we're gonna edit this off screen, which you already know. Can I? There you go. Actually, we aren't gonna save it. We're just gonna come back to it. It's just gonna forget I said it. But yes, this is part 1, A through E, and next we're gonna do G. We're gonna do G through J, G through K, because that's not very long. I'm pretty sure it's pretty long. And we'll skip to the next 4 letters if there's not enough. Sounds fun. Thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna edit this son of a bitch and have it out really soon. Well, really soon as in next week. Even though I should put it up immediately, I'm still basically on vacation this week, even though I've spent most of this vacation editing and getting ready to stream on Friday night. I'll see you on Friday night, since I'm throwing this together Thursday night / Friday morning. Thank you guys for all your support, and yeah, keep it locked.